ways and approaches to academic writing. Now I think the voice is clear. Yes or no? Please just tell me. Because I kept talking for a long time and no one told me that. Yes.
Yes, it's clear.
Thank you, guys. Now we told you that, okay, we last time, really, I feel that I'm repeating myself because I talked for a long time. We talked about what academic writing is and what are the components. We told you that in the past, there are two components, the vocab and the way of writing. The vocab is very important and the way of writing. And from that one we did some exercises about the vocab. Then we moved from this one, I think, to how to give examples. Just a second, guys. Okay. Just a second, let me find it. Okay. Then we talked about definitions and what are the problems with definitions and what are the mistakes that we may make. I told you that, okay, some people may forget about WH, for example, a machine which, okay. Also, they forget sometimes to write, for example, which sends, which accepts, which does the ES or the S in the past. And we give you maybe the homework, it was there. I think I gave you some homework about this one, but I'm not sure. Okay, then we moved from that one to how to write examples. And I believe that it's the easiest one is to give examples. You just only write, for example. But as the person who's doing a PhD, imagine that you have 300 pages and along the 300 pages, you just only repeat yourself. For example. We said that there are different ways of writing. For example, you can say, for instance, in particular, such as, of course, you can say like, but it's not formal. So it's better always not to use it a lot. And I believe, I'm not sure that last time we didn't have time. I think we stopped at this slide. I'm not sure whether we did it or not. My question to you guys, did we do this part or not? Did we do this part, yes or no, guys? So we can move to the next one.
I don't think so.
Okay, good. So this one will also give you an idea about what we did last time. So here you can see that scientific subjects, we have math, physics, chemistry, biology, IT. Maybe there are more, but we don't care, just only an example. And here there are two ways to say it. You can say there are a number of scientific subjects we have to pass in school, math, physics, and chemistry. Or you can use what, which is very important for us, such as. You can use what, such as. Now, I know that it's gonna take time to write for me, but we have to write. If you don't write, you don't make mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, I don't know how to help. So the other way is to say there are a number of scientific subjects. Then you say such as math, physics, and chemistry. There is no need to include everything because we are going to give only examples. Okay, and usually you try to give the prominent examples. So then you say we have to pass in school. Now research tools, those who are in, I think in university level, they know that we have observation, interview, case study, surveys, and experiments. These are research tools, okay? Now, can you write a sentence like this one? Because this is the most important for me. Can you write a sentence like this one, guys? Somebody is speaking, I think. No. Okay, good. Can you write a sentence and send it to the chat? Especially for those who are using a computer, it's going to be very easy. Khalid Mubarak is a teacher, and now he's with us here. Okay, guys, can you write one sentence at least? I'm going to share if you write the sentence, so we say it together. It takes time, I know, especially those who are with the cell phones. I want to drink a cup of tea. Hurry up, guys. At least one. Scapegoat. We want to have scapegoat, guys. Not yet. No one until now. Nothing, guys. Excellent. Voila. Okay, let's start step by step. Okay, there must be capital. Okay, so we say there are many research tools such as observation, interview, and so on. It can be. Excellent. So let me share this one with you. I think you can see it here. There must be capital. And here also we need a full stop, guys. Here we need also what? A full stop. Is there anyone who wants to share with us, or that's it? I think maybe yes. Now, remember what you did. You said there are, okay, but instead of saying a number of scientific tools or research tools, you change it into what? Many. This is okay, but remember, when you do an exercise, try to stick to the exercise, the same pattern, don't change it. It's better for you to improve your writing. And then the second time, you can go and write it in the way that you love. But this time, it's always better aiming to use your own writing only. Is it clear, guys? Inshallah, I think it's clear. Now, then I give you this one. I told you that there are other ways, and it's always better to use. We have something here. لا تستخدم so on and many في الكتابة الأكاديمية. I think this is what she meant. But actually, I don't know. This is something new because in writing, academic writing, we always say many, much, and also we say so on, etc. Okay, so nobody says that you cannot use them. Now, I told you that these are other ways, and it's always better to use a dictionary to check. A dictionary will give you maybe 80%. Academic writing books will give you more. Okay, somebody also shared here. I think, can you see here? There are some keys such as love, friends, memories to make happy. We thank you, Ammar, but we always try to stick to the examples that we have. Okay, so thank you very much. Now let's move because we don't have the whole day before us. The next one is the cause and effect. This is the third part, I think, or third component in our study. There are relationship between things, between sentences, between ideas, whatever. Part of it will be the cause and the effect. As you can see in the picture here down, you can see that only the tops of the houses, I believe this is maybe in Thailand, I'm not sure about it. What causes this one? Heavy rain. So what is the effect? Flooding. So I have a cause and I have an effect. A cause and what? An effect. How can I show this relationship between cause and effect? Can you write a sentence? Put them together in one sentence or two sentences. Heavy rain and flooding. Let's start. Show me the relationship between heavy rain and flooding in a sentence or two sentences. For Ammar, he said there are some keys such as love, friends, memories to make you happy. Yeah, but I think we need to improve it a little bit. I mean, in terms of grammar, it's okay, but you need to improve it. Now, let's write one sentence about this one or two sentences to show the relationship between the cause and the effect. Still waiting for you guys. Don't write new sentences, just only about heavy rain. Okay, so let's share this one. The flooding was because of the heavy rain. Okay, now a little bit, how can we improve it, guys? Do we say the flooding was because of heavy rain or was caused by heavy rain? This is number one. Or the flooding was due to heavy rain. Or we can say also what, guys? The heavy rain caused flooding. Yes. Dalal, always remember to write capital letters and full stops. You'll see me that I repeat things that there was heavy rain last night, so it caused flooding. Can be. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, because of the heavy rain. Okay, no, because the heavy rain caused flooding. No, this one, no. This one, it doesn't sound right. Had the heavy rain caused flooding? Yes. Due to heavy rain in Taiwan, there was flooding. It can be. Heavy rain. Okay, is it led or leads? Maybe if this is a title, for example, we say, okay, heavy rain leads to flooding or leads. Sorry, led. Okay, so leads or led, the past simple or the present simple, to flooding in Thailand. Okay, good, good, guys. I think it's enough, unless that you have other sentences. Let's go to the next one. As we said, we have a cause and we have an effect. We have a cause and an effect, and sometimes we need to show it. There are different ways to show the relationship between a cause and effect. One of them is to use what? Sentences. And one of them is also to arrange the sentence. We start with the cause and we move to the effect. The effect is flooding and the cause is heavy rain. How can you show the relationship between them? It's either by causes, leads to, results, and produces. Okay, there are other words, but we don't use them here. Okay, I know that there are other ways. So this one is okay. Now, what happens if we change the places? What happens if we change the other places? We start with the effect, then we go to the cause. Again, what happens if we change? We start with the effect, then we go to the cause. So the effect, flooding, and the cause, heavy rain. Can you write a sentence that starts with flooding but ends with heavy rain? Okay, let's see here. Because of the heavy rain, the city was flooded. Correct. Yeah, this is correct. 100% correct. This one is correct. Now, let me say it again. Can we start with flooding and end the sentence with heavy rain? Flooding is caused by heavy rain. Yes, in general. A flooding occurred in my city because of the heavy rain. Correct. Thank you, guys. I think you need to be like this. What else, guys? What are the sentences we can use? Okay, guys, go ahead. Only 2 people. Should I move to the next slide? Okay, flooding can be a result of heavy rain, correct? I think that's it. Okay. It can be also by passive sentences. So the first sentences we had here, if you remember, causes, produces, okay? What do? You change only the places and you change that from passive, from active into what? Into passive. So we have flooding is caused by heavy rain. Flooding is produced by heavy rain, and also flooding results from heavy rain. Clear now? Good. Now I think the idea is a little bit clear now. Is it the only way that we use? Do we have only verbs or do we have other things? No, we have the verbs. We can show the result between this one and this one, or we can use other conjunctions. The problem is that with the other conjunctions, the sentence will be a little bit long. With verbs, usually it will be what? Short. Like you say, flooding is caused by heavy rain. Maybe there are 6 words. Now with because, okay, as you know that because connects 2 sentences, 2 clauses together. Okay, it connects 2 sentences, 2 clauses. So we can say the flooding was severe because it rained heavily. Okay, Or we change the place of because. We start the sentence with what? With because. Because it rained heavily, the flooding was severe. My question to you, of course, you know that here you need to have a comma, and here it's capital, and here there is no comma. In some books, you may come across sentences before because we have a comma, but this is not typical. This is not typical. You may come across it, but this is not correct. My question is to you, why do we start with because, and why do we put sometimes because in the middle? When do we have because in the beginning, and when do we have it in the middle? My question is why? Who knows, guys, the answer? Why do we start the sentence with because? And sometimes we write because in the middle. There should be some logic behind it. We need to justify. Let's see who can do it. You can open the, okay. Active and passive, no. To start with either as a result or a cause, I didn't understand. Thematization, general, but there's something which is very, very important. There's something which is also very important, guys. What else? Let's see, because the cause is more important. To emphasize, around, yeah, to emphasize what? The answer, okay. We have sometimes new information and old information. New information and old information. Usually you start with the old information, then you go to the new information. Is it clear now? You start with the old information and you move to the new information. So if you think that, okay, flooding is old information, so you start, the flooding was severe because it rained heavily yesterday, for example. If you believe now, it's the opposite. It rained heavily yesterday, for example, or it rained heavily. This is the old information. And the flooding was severe. This is the new information. So you do it this way. So which information is old? Which information is new? Clear now? I wish. Okay, guys. Now, these are sentences written by someone. He didn't bother himself, or she didn't bother herself, okay? And she just only write two sentences here and there. The prices have risen, the local currency has devalued. Now we need to write because. Where can we put because? There's no need to write the whole sentence. You can write number one and some dots, then because, maybe, then some dots. I know that it's in the middle. Okay, for those who are very quick, you can start writing. No need to write the sentence, guys. You can write dots only. And it's enough to write the first word. No need to write the whole thing. There is no need to write the whole thing. The best exercise, prices because currency. So the prices, okay, number one, because the local currency has devalued, correct? Yeah, but voila, you wrote a comma, I think. Remember, there is no comma in the middle. You may come across it in some books, but I don't think that it's correct. So yes, we start with the prices, then we go to the currency. It has devalued. It's always very important to know which one is the cause, which one is the effect. Now, number two, who can start number two? Okay, number one, because correct, Khalid. Oh, let's say teacher Khalid. Okay, guys, what about number two? The number of COVID-19 cases has reached unprecedented peak. Should be peaks. Sorry, guys. Malaysia lifted the lockdown 3 months ago. Number 2, yes, because Malaysia, yes. But write dots, Aziz, please write dots so I know that peaks because, excellent. Yeah, it's better to write the last word from here and because and the first one from here. Good. So the number of COVID-19 cases has reached unprecedented peaks because Malaysia lifted the lockdown 3 months ago. Now, number 3, they decided to dissect the corpse. They found a new evidence. They decided to dissect, to open the corpse, the dead body. They found a new evidence. Of course, some people will say new evidence without a, some people will say a new evidence. Okay, how can we say? Corpse because they, correct. Thank you, this hand, thank you. Corpse because they, excellent. Now, the exercises are difficult. There are new words. The exercises are difficult. There are new words. Decided because evidence. Yeah, but please, decided because evidence. Yeah, but don't write the dots here. Write like Khalid or like Hind. Decided, sorry, the corpse because they. Okay, excellent. Number 4, the exercises are, sorry, number 5. Now number 5, sorry. Did you delete the charts? They are relevant. Did you delete the charts? They are relevant. Thank you, Wala. What about number 5, guys? Delete because, okay, did you delete the charts? You need to say the charts because they. The charts because they. Remember this one. Okay. You start with the last word from here and because here, then the first word from here. I think it's clear. Now, what about if I say, I want you to start with because in sentence number 1, then to move to the second sentence. So we start with because, then we go to the last part. Number 1, the prices have risen. The local currency has devalued. How can you write it? Don't write the whole thing. You can write because the first one, it must be capital. Remember this one. The last word in sentence number 1 for you, then the comma, then the first word in the sentence number 2. You need me to start to do it. Maybe if I do it for you. So because, okay, devalued, comma, okay, the prices. We can do it in this way. We can do it in this way. So we started because and we move to, okay. Now, can you do number 2? Because, okay, I did it for you guys. I did it for you guys, okay. We need to follow the same. And remember, because must be capital. I did it for you here. Okay, if you can see it. Remember, because must be capital and the comma is important. Now, I need number 2. Okay. You want to see it? Just a second, guys. So we start with, thank you, Aziz. I think because Malaysia, we start with Malaysia. Because Malaysia lifted the lockdown 3 months ago. Then we have the comma, the number of COVID-19 cases. Correct. What about number 3? Number 3. Because, okay, thank you, Maria. Because Malaysia, the comma, yes. What about number 3, guys? They decided to dissect the corpse. They found the new evidence. What about number 3, guys? Because they corpse. I need you to finish, guys. Faris. You write the first word from here and the first word from there. Okay, I'll give you an example. I think I've given you an example, guys. The example should be like this. Because they found a new evidence, they decided to, okay. Excellent, thank you, Maria. Now, number 4 and 5 will be also as easy as, you know. Now, sorry guys. Sorry guys. Now we know because, and there is another one, which is what? Because of. Because of. Now, because of, the difference is that, okay, because connects between two clauses, because of connects a phrase to a clause or a sentence. Again, because, what comes after because of is a noun. The noun can be a gerund, like because of attending late, because of being late, or it can be a noun, because of lateness, because of his attendance, okay? Or as you can see here in the example. So the same thing we are doing with the same sentence. There was severe flooding because of heavy rain, or because of heavy rain, there was severe, the flooding was severe. What is important is here, you please always focus on this one. If we can do it with this color, okay. So remember the comma when you start the sentence. Remember the comma when we start the sentence. We're going to practice. Okay, it's the same exercise we did before, but now with the answer. So because the local currency has devalued, the prices have risen, the number of COVID-19 cases has reached unprecedented peaks. Also the same mistakes here because I did this one before Fajr. Now, what is your job? Your job is to write sentence number 1 as one sentence, one phrase, and one sentence. Who can do it? Who can do it, guys? Sentence number 1. I want you to write a phrase and the sentence. No need to write the whole thing, just only the phrase, then the comma, and you start the first word in the sentence or in the main clause. Let's see who can do it very fast. I need a complete not a complete phrase, not B. I need a complete. How can you write it? Remember, you are going to change. You're going to change something here. I know it takes time for some of the people to use the cell phone. Okay, the prices have risen because no, Mr. Ibrahim, please, because of revalued of the local. No, you change, Mr. Ibrahim. We need a phrase, Miss Maria. Remember, devalue. It has a noun, so we need to use the noun. So what is the noun of devalue? I'm waiting because of the devaluing of the local. Well, you are a little bit clever, but the sentence still needs some improvement. Who wants to try, guys? Devaluation, excellent. Devaluation, yeah, because of devaluation, the price is excellent. Faris. Okay, excellent, Faris. The prices. Okay. Now, Faris did it, but Faris made a small mistake. We start with capital B. Remember, even we are practicing here, but we need to start with capital what? B. Now, can we go to sentence number 2? Since Faris did sentence number 1, let's go to sentence number 2. What about devaluating? It can be, yes. Can be, yes. But we don't use it with that. Okay, let's do it for, I think, voila. Because of the I did it for voila, I think. Maybe we can write it in this way because of devaluating the local currency, the prices. But the first one is better. I mean, the one that's written by Faris. Now, who is going to do number 2? Who's going to do number 2, guys? We're waiting for number 2. No need to write the whole thing. Just only make it simple. Make it simple. I write very fast, so I can write the whole sentence for you. But for you, you can write dots. Okay, because of lockdown lifting. Okay, Rasha, why don't you change because of lifting the lockdown? Isn't it better? Yeah, it's correct. Because of lockdown lifting, it can be. But I think it's going to be better also if we say because of lifting the lockdown, comma. Remember the comma, Rasha. So try to remember the comma. So you put it there. Okay. Because of lifting the lockdown. Paris, thank you for you. The lockdown. So we need that. It must be there. Okay, I think it's clear now for you, number 2. Because of lifting the lockdown. Okay, the number. Now, I have a question. Is it lockdown one word or 2 words? I saw it in different places as 1 word. I saw it in one place as, and also other places as what, 2 words. So because of lifting the lockdown. Thank you, Aziz. Thank you, Aziz. Thank you, guys. Now, I think, voila, you have put here a comma. Sorry, a full stop, then a comma. Okay, it can be both. It can be both. Let's do number 3 very fast also, guys. They decided to dissect the corpse because they found a new evidence. Easy, this one will be very easy. Khaled, okay, let's go to Mr. Khaled. Because of finding what? You need to finish the sentence. Because of new evidence. Why discovery? We don't have discovery. So because of the new evidence or a new evidence, okay, okay, voila. Because of finding new evidence, they decided can be also. Thank you, Faris. Easy. So it's almost like this. So because of finding new evidence or because of new evidence, it can be. Now, number 3. Sorry, number 5. Let's jump to number 5. Please, please. Okay, because of finding new evidence, they decide. Correct. Thank you, Maria. Now, why don't we jump to number 5? I need number 5. Forget about number 4. Okay, let's skip it. We don't need it now. And let's focus on number 5. How can we do it? How can we do number 5, guys? Because of their irrelevant, sorry, no. Did they delete the relevant charts? No. Because of irrelevance of the charts? No. Russia, no. Did they delete the relevant? No. Because of the irrelevancy, did you also? No. No, sorry guys. Okay. Because of the truth that they are irrelevant? No. Because they are, no, we need because of, Mr. Naufal. We need because of, no, not this one. Because of the charts are, no. Remember, this is a question, so how can we start a question? No, no, guys, we need because of. Okay, I'm going to give it to you because we don't want to waste the time. This is the answer. So did you delete the charts because of irrelevancy? Okay, I already give it to you guys, and thank you, Faris. Okay. Okay, thank you, guys. Now, my question will be, what is the difference between owing to versus due to? Which one is formal? Which one is formal? And your doctor will always say to you, use this one, owing to, although you can use also due to. I just said it. Okay, Maria said due to is formal. Can you translate? Translate what? The sentence due to, okay, somebody says due to. Okay, so Russia and I think Maria thinks that due to is formal, owing to is not formal. Okay, well, it's the opposite. It is the opposite, guys. Owing to is formal, due to is acceptable. Owing to is formal, okay, and some people will say literary. Usually they start like this. They start formal, then after some time they become literary. So owing to is formal, so it's better always to use it in your writing. Due to is okay. Okay, nobody will object to it. Nobody will say that this is totally wrong. No, this is not informal. Remember, this is not informal. So the same sentences, remember about the flooding, okay? Owing to heavy rain or the heavy rain, the flooding was severe. So here I think it's better to change the, and here to say also that. Okay, just a second, guys, because we need to correct. And here also we need to correct. So now, or remember, we start the sentence with owing to, due to, remember, because of, it's the same grammar. After the phrase, you need to put what? The comma, then you finish the sentence. Or you change the places. You start with this one, the flooding was severe. This is the effect. Because of, or owing to, or due to heavy rain. Put it there. Is it clear now? Good. Now, if you remember the sentences that we did before, now these are the answers. These are the answers. Some of you may say, okay, in your example, you said here Y, but here you wrote E. No problem. Don't worry. They are almost the same. Okay. Now, I want you here, either you say it to yourself, you practice saying to yourself, with owing to, due to, you practice, or you write it to me. I'll give you like 2 minutes. It's very, very important that you practice the new things that you learn. You can write it down on a piece of paper, or you just say it. I'll give you 2 minutes, guys. Enjoy yourself. Think about it, how you can say it with owing to, due to. Thank you, Maria. You can write it down on a piece of paper, so you practice it or you say it. Okay, it's very important that you say it. You need to practice. The more you practice, the better you are. Okay, still 30 seconds, guys, before we move on. Sorry, guys, it seems that I have a sore throat, but not corona. Don't worry. Okay, now I have another question for you. Now, before I give you the question, now what's the difference between because, since, as, for? In 1996, there was a great Indian professor. He died, I think, in 2000 something. I'm not sure. 2000, maybe 10, 12. He died at that time. He was writing, sorry, guys. He was writing for Yemen Times at that time about English, how to improve your English. I forgot, but it was something like how to improve your English. And he had this question, because, since, as, for. What's the difference between them? I asked these question, or the question, this question, not these questions, this question to my dad. My dad speaks a little bit English. I asked him about the difference between because, since, as, for. You wouldn't believe it. My dad was totally right when he gave me the differences. Unfortunately, that doctor, the great doctor, the great professor, I forgot his name, Singh, maybe something like this. He made a mistake. He made a mistake. Now, my question to you is the same. What is the difference between because, since, as, for? But don't make the same mistake that great doctor made. Let's see. Very fast, I think. Nobody knows the difference? Nobody knows the difference, guys? Maybe the story a little bit, I mean, scared you, but don't worry. Make mistakes. We are here to make mistakes. Because to give the reason. Thank you, Rasha. And what else? What about since as for? I wish it was, I mean, face to face, so interactive. Since give the time, since for time, because, okay, since specific point to time. Okay, guys. Thank you. Okay, I'll give you the examples. I'll give you the difference, not the examples. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Okay, good. Now, there is no difference between because, since, as for. We can say, for example, because the heavy rain took place yesterday, or it rained heavily yesterday, there was flooding, or there was severe flooding. We can start with since, we can start with as, we can start with for. Since and as, the difference between them is that, okay, as is informal. So I can use it instead of because. On all the sentences we practice, I can put what? As, but this is a little bit informal. So don't do it. When you write, do not do it, okay? For is formal. For is what? Formal. But it has a specific use. Before for, we need to have a comma. The information that comes with for is known to the speaker and the listener. I'll give you an example. You can say, you need to follow me, for I am your teacher. Of course, when I say I am your teacher, you know for sure that I am your teacher. So this is like something extra, something what extra. There is no need for it. So it's formal, we use it, but we need to put what? Comma before it. Just a second. Now let's start with examples here. Because and since, they are what? Almost the same. You start the sentence with since, or you put it in the middle, and the grammar will be always the same. And here, just only to make it clear for you, remember the comma. So we say, since the conditions were unsuitable, the plants didn't grow well, or the plants didn't grow well since the conditions were unsuitable. But remember here, the comma must be here, like because, the same. Like what? Because the same. Now, this is the difference between because and since. Don't use as to mean because in your academic writing. Now, what about for? As I told you, for is formal. For is what? Formal. But usually what comes with for is very known to the hearer and the speaker. So the flooding was severe, comma, for it rained heavily. I cannot forecast the result, comma, for the inputs were different. Other examples you can see down here, they are a little bit different from the first one. But the meaning is what? Because. But here it's like because of. So if, because of any reason, the findings were inconsistent with the previous studies, please mention that in your result and justify. Or she received a reward because of making good progress. Remember, because of, so they are what? The same. Any question about this one? I don't think we need to. So here, I want you to write either because or for in the sentences, but it's always better to practice what? For, because it's new. So if you can do the same thing, dots, maybe comma, for. Okay, remember, we don't start the sentence with for. We can start the sentence with because, but we don't start the sentence with what? With for. So here you cannot start with for. For must be always small. And it is preceded with what? With a comma. So if you can do the same thing as we did in the past, it's going to be very good for you guys. Let's start. I'm trying to improve some sentences or correct the mistakes. Don't write the whole sentence, guys. As we did before, just only make it short. Nobody until now? Yes, surely he or he closed. No, Mr. Faris, no. The same sentence, do not change anything, just only the comma and for. Easy. Okay, he closed for surely he would. Thank you. So as Faris said, okay, he, okay, then dots, okay, comma, he, sorry, for surely he would be. It should be like this. Excuse me, I didn't hear the question. The question is write for in the sentences. Okay, what about number 2? We love Allah, He has created us. We love Allah, He created us. We love Allah for no, Hind. No. I said as because, as if it's because He has. Russia wrong because he said it. We need for, okay, for guys. Practice for. Hind, remember that it's correct for creating us. I mean, it's correct as one of the examples, but we need it as because. For he, excellent Maria, but he refers to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and it's always capital. So we, okay, for he. It should be like this. Then you have the dots, which means that to finish the sentence. We, capital, love Allah, for he has, excellent, thank you, Wala. Now, what about number 3? What about number 3, guys? What about number 3? And remember, capital must be always capital. Okay, what about number 3, guys? It is easy, guys. Replace the supervisors for it didn't correct status. Proposal for not, no, Hind. You need to write the whole sentence. For it didn't correct Russia. It's either to do it this way, okay. Sorry. We can do it this way, or the other way, like Khalid. Okay. Thank you guys. Excellent. Thank you. Always practice. Okay. What about number 4? Blessed are the givers. They give to be rewarded by him. This is like a sermon. Somebody is talking to people. The givers, yeah, finish, Hind. 4 day. Excellent, Faris. Okay. Blessed for day. Thank you, Khalid. Okay, enough. So it's easy. I think this one is very easy. Just only you write comma, for, that's it. Now, I think you know that we have because and we have so. We have cause and we have effect. Remember this one, cause and effect. The same sentence, you can say it rained heavily yesterday, comma, so the flooding was severe. Or she suffered terrible trauma, full stop, so she can relate to your story. She feels the same, she has the same feelings. So with so, I can start a new sentence. I can connect it, I put it between the two sentences. And we have the comma. Easy, guys. Any question about so? Do you have any questions about so, guys? It's very easy. Now, very important, remember that it's better to use consequently or therefore here. Let me make it for you. It's always better to use consequently or therefore instead of what? So. Okay, the same sentence, she had previous experience. Consequently, therefore, she seemed the best candidate. So it's always better to use, but no problem. You can also keep using what? This one, no problem. Now here, write because or so. Number 1. 1, you can write 1 and the answer. 2 and the answer. 3 and the answer. But start with number 1. Number 1. Okay. Okay. I think enough. Okay. Yes, it's because I put on my raincoat because it was raining. Remember here, we don't have a full comma. Let's go to number 2. Let's go to number 2. Yeah, it seems that we in agreement. We are in agreement. Yes. So she's a good student, but please, please, please remember the comma. Remember the comma before so. The comma before so. Okay. So it goes this way. Then we have so. She. Okay. Now let's go to number 3. Number 3. Thank you, Faris, for the comma. Khalid for the comma. Okay. The thesis was approved. He was granted the doctorate. So yes, correct. We need to use the. Yes. Thank you. And number 4. Number 4, Faris said so. Because. Okay. What else, guys? Let's see. So. So thank you guys. So number 4, it is so. Yes, it is so, it's not because. What about number 5? PhD holders are required to submit their resumes. They will be appointed. Yes, because. Number 6. Number 6. Okay, I have a question. Thank you. It's because I have a question. In the exam, the teacher gave us a sentence and I don't know the words. I didn't understand the meaning of the sentences. And he said to me, write because or so. How can I know? Again, my question, listen to my question. In the exam, the teacher gave me sentences. I didn't know the meaning of the words. And he said to me, write because or so. I need a trick that will help me. I don't know the meaning, so how can I know? There is no comma. He said to me, write the comma. He said to me, write the comma. You write the comma. It's your job to write it. Flip the sentence. What do you mean flip the sentence? Okay, I'll give you the clue. If the blanks, like number 6, the university, okay? I cannot write so. I cannot write so. I need to write because. Easy now. Easy. So if we start with blank, usually it's because. Now, this is also easy. I think you can do it. You can link it with what? With so. You need the comma and you need the one. We'll leave it as homework because we don't have time. So we go to the next one. Now, remember when I said about so, I told you that it's better to use therefore. Now, there are ways to write therefore. Okay. Number 1, I can connect the 2 sentences with a comma and therefore, and I write the sentence. This one not common. Okay. Many doctors will object to this one, will say this is wrong, but it's 100% correct. But they are not familiar with it. That's why they will say this is what wrong. Number 2, I have the semicolon. You know the semicolon. Then I have therefore. Then I need here. Sorry, I forgot to write it. Sorry, guys. I need to have what? The comma. Then it's going to be correct. Then I start sentence number 2. Number 3, I separate the 2 sentences. And here I have a sentence and here I have a sentence. The same thing, therefore capital and the comma, and I write the sentences. Number 4, I have the subject. I have the subject, and after the subject of sentence number 2, I have 2 commas between them. I insert therefore. Number 5, I write it the last part of sentence number 2. I finish sentence number 2, the comma, and therefore. Why do we have it in different places? Because you try to vary the style. You don't follow one style in your writing. Okay? So don't be yourself when you write, try to improve. I think these are the 5 places. Number 1, try to avoid it. Okay, this one, try to avoid it, although it's correct. Okay, because some doctors will think that this is not correct, but it's correct. 100% it's what correct. Is it clear, guys, now? The best one will be 2, 3, 4, 5. Choose one of them. Choose one of them. Okay. Most people, they use this one. That's okay. It's a matter of style or preferences. Okay. Now I have the sentence. Can you write it in the 4 ways? I will not say the 5 ways. I didn't study, I failed. Easy, simple. Okay, let me write it here for you. I didn't study. I failed. Okay. Now try to write this sentence in 4 different ways with therefore. Let's start. I made it very small. I made it very small so you can write it. I didn't study, therefore I failed. I didn't study, I failed, therefore. Okay. I didn't study, therefore I failed. No, Hind. This one I told you that to stop using it because teachers will say to you that this is not correct. The one in yellow. Okay, don't do it. Use the other ways. Try to use the other ways. What else, guys? Let's see. Maybe we'll find a mistake here or there. Whatever you write, just only send it to me. Whatever you write, just send it. I didn't study. Therefore, no. Wala. We told you no, don't use this style. Wala, don't use this style. The one in yellow, do not use it. Doctors don't know it. Teachers don't know it. I didn't study, I failed. Excellent, Faris. The comma after failed, therefore, full stop, okay? I didn't study, I, comma, therefore, comma, failed. Remember this one, Khalid. I don't know whether the screen is clear or not. Is it clear? Okay, Maria, I didn't study, therefore, okay, easy. That's why I make it very easy for you. I make it very easy for you. So you don't need to. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Now here, this is up to you. You can use whatever you have in your mind. It can be so, it can be because, it can be because of, it can be therefore, it can be any sentence. But it's very important that what? You look at the sentence, you know, do I have 2 clauses? Do I have 1 clause and 1 phrase? Okay, very important. I repeat it now. Do I have 2 clauses? The meaning of 2 clauses means 2 subjects, 2 verbs. Or do I have 1 phrase and 1 clause? In the clause, I have 1 subject and 1 verb. Let's start with number 1. Childhood vaccination reduce infant mortality. Mortality. Where are my glasses? I'm trying not to use the glasses nowadays. Guys, what about sentence number 1? Childhood vaccination reduce infant mortality. Excellent, Khalid. Thank you, Khalid. Khalid said leads to. Bravo. Yes, leads to. Okay, what about B? Now, remember, guys, I need to maybe explain. This one is an adjective. This is not a verb. This is an adjective. For what? Mortality. Okay, so here we need a verb, leads to. Okay, what about B? Yes, you can say because of, owing to, due to, okay, the cold winter, okay, hospital admissions increase. Okay, what about C? What about C? C, now we are talking about C, guys. Printing money, higher inflation. This is the people in Yemen know that. Leads to, results in, causes or caused. Remember, causes or caused, past simple or present simple. Okay. Now, what about D? The summer was extremely dry. Many trees died. Number D. Therefore, who said therefore is correct? Okay, so is also correct. Consequently, also correct. But you need also to remember that therefore and so are better here, because consequently the grammar of consequently is a little bit different. No, not leads. No. Only so. Okay, so therefore, okay. Increased ownership of video recorders, failing cinema attendance. Oh, sorry, falling. Leads to, correct. Results in, correct. Thank you, guys. Now, are there different ways to say such a thing, cause and effect? Yes, there are different ways. And this is only something to help you with in the future, inshallah, when you write. It's always better to memorize 2 sentences or 3 sentences, okay? One for cause, one for reason, one for effect, consequence, result, whatever that you have here. And you follow the patterns. You try to follow the patterns. Because we don't have that whole time to practice everything. Part of it, you should do it by yourself. Part of the exercise, you should do it by yourself. You can go back to our sentences that we did before, and now you are okay with it. And you try to change in them, use because of this, thus, hence, now, okay? Or the verbs. So just a second, guys. Or this one. So we have different ways to say the same thing. Like here, higher prices are often caused by, due to, because of. So this is like the summary. It's a map for you. You need to follow. And believe me, if you just only look at it, it will not benefit you. What you need is to do all the exercises that we did before, and inshallah we'll give it to you as a PDF, and you practice with them. The more you practice, the better you are. This is writing. It's like speaking. You need to move your tongue. This one, you need to move your hand. Otherwise, it's what? It's useless. Now we'll open the door for questions and we'll stop the sharing. For those who have questions, otherwise, we'll say goodbye, guys, and have a nice day. You can ask questions, write questions. Oh, we have Amin. He's late. Okay, guys, those who have questions, they can ask Mr. Amin. We almost finished. Any questions, guys? Any questions now? Do you, okay, if you don't have questions, I will ask you the questions. Okay, I need to see the screen because my eyes, guys, sorry for that. Do you prefer the way of giving you exercises the way that we do? Or you try to give you the whole thing, okay, and with, let's say, with fewer exercises. For me, it's always better to give you the exercises. I prefer to give exercises to show them, to see the mistakes here and there. For other people, maybe they want only the information. I put all the information in 2 slides. If you go to the last 2 slides, you can see there. Okay, for those people maybe who, maybe they are tight for time, they don't have enough time, they will go to the last 2 slides, I'll put them there. Making mistakes is the best way. You learn more exercises, inshallah. Yeah, exercises are good. Okay. Now, next time, unfortunately, we have to go step by step, okay? But we will jump. We'll make a jump and we'll go backward, okay? We're going to do something about paraphrases, how to paraphrase a sentence, okay? So it's a little bit advanced. It's a little bit advanced. For those who are in the beginning, maybe they can join us and watch it. And then in the future, when we move forward, they can go backward and watch it on YouTube. Today's meeting, inshallah, it's going to be on YouTube. We recorded. Okay, so thank you guys. So enjoy yourself. I have nothing to do. If you have any questions, you can feel free to send it to me. And of course, I cannot read everything. I cannot answer everything. But from time to time, we'll do our best. Thank you guys for attending, and thank you also for HSH platform for giving us this chance. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Good evening.